Morning, sir. Good morning,
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
मॉर्निंग गुरमीत जी की हाल है सिद्धा साहब गुड मॉर्निंग सर
Good morning, sir. Good morning, all.
की हाल चाल है जी
Good to see you, sir. आप ज्वाइन कर लिया आपने
देखो जी ਸਹਿਦੇਵਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹਲਾਸ਼ਰੀ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪੇ ਹੀ ਸਿੱਧੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੜਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੈਗਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ 200 ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜੀ
ਵਾਓ
250 ਦੇ ਕਰੀਬ
266 plus sir ਹੋਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ 10:15
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅੰਦਾਜ਼ਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਜਲਦੀ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਬੈਟਰ ਹੀ ਰਹੂੰਗਾ
you are more experienced
ਨਹੀਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਸਹਿਦੇਵਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਰਮਨੀਤ ਮੈਮ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਕੋਵਿਡ ਦਾ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਕਰੀਏ ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨੇ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਚਲਾਉਣਾ ਸਿਖਾਤਾ
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹਰ ਕੋਈ ਸਰ now everyone is aware how to be online attend webinars meet
ਹਾਂ
ਨਹੀਂ ਬਾਈ ਗॉड ਸੱਚੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੀਟਿੰਗਾਂ ਕਰੋ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਜੀ ਅੱਜ ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠਣਾ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹੁੰਚਣਾ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਡਿਸਕਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਜਾਓ ਜੀ ਟਰੈਵਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਐਵਰੀਥਿੰਗ ਹੈਜ਼ ਕਮ ਇਨ ਆਫਿਸ
ਸਾਡੇ ਐਕਸਪੋਰਟ 'ਚ ਬੜਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਅੱਗੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਕਸਟਮਰ ਮੂੰਹ ਚੁੱਕ ਕੇ ਤੁਰਿਆ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਇੱਧਰ ਇਹ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੌੜੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਉੱਧਰ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਓ ਆਹ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਓ ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਇਨਸਪੈਕਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਜੀ that is also on virtual system ਤੇ
ਵੈਰੀ ਗੁੱਡ
ਸਾਡੇ we have created a room ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਟੈਸਟਿੰਗ ਫੈਸਿਲਿਟੀਜ਼ ਲਗਾ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ and boys are so expert ਔਰ ਬਹੁਤੇ ਪੜ੍ਹੇ ਲਿਖੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ but they are very expert on this
ਚਲੋ ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਆਹੀ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਜੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਐਵੇਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਡਾਪਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ
ਨੈਚੁਰਲੀ ਬਸ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਸਰ ਅੱਜ ਕੌਣ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਰਜਤ ਅਗਰਵਾਲ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖ ਲਿਆ ਸਾਈਨ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ
ਬਸ ਬਾਕੀ ਤੇ ਉਹੀ ਆਂਦੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੇਲਵੇ ਦੇ ਆਫੀਸਰ ਹੋਣਗੇ
ਰੇਲਵੇ ਚ ਕੌਣ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ
जीएम साहब आएंगे हाँ रमनीत तू बता दे
हाँ जी रविंद्र गुप्ता जी आ रहे हैं सर और विवेक अब्रॉल जी आ रहे हैं फ्रॉम अब्रॉल इंजीनियरिंग फॉर एक्सपीरियंस शेयरिंग ते रेलटेक तो मिस्टर सुरेश कुमार जैन आ रहे हैं
ठीक है
नाल इन रायबरेली तो भी तो उठो आ रहे ना
हाँ सर ऑल ओवर इंडिया तो पीपल आर ज्वाइनिंग फ्रॉम मुंबई चेन्नई रायबरेली दिल्ली गुड़गांव पंजाब के तो हर सिटी ही कवर्ड है
हाँ चलो ग्रेट
गुड है जी
person you have called is speaking to someone else. You can wait the call.
Really good.
अनम्यूट तो नहीं,
वो मिलाएगा आगे क्या?
लाइव हो आप,
वो तो पासवर्ड और कुछ तो डालेगी।
उसके लिंक से किया है ना,
हाँ
तो पासवर्ड की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी।
वॉइस सुनाई देगी ना, इसके लिए कुछ करना पड़ेगा।
ये सभी लोगों ने अभी म्यूट कर रखा सबने। अब ये अनम्यूट करोगे देन यू कैन से एनीथिंग।
हाँ
हेलो 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 आरसीएफ, हेलो आरसीएफ।
यस सर।
हाँ, साउंड आ रही है?
हाँ जी आ रही है जी,
और वीडियो?
वीडियो भी आ रही है जी। पीछे रेल
ओके,
कोच फैक्ट्री कपूरथला लिखा आ रहा है सारा। अच्छा
या ठीक है, थैंक यू।
So Deva sir, you can also use that virtual background.
yeah, okay. Actually I'm using my laptop today. Let me see if I can. मेल पे भेजोगे?
Yes, I can send. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Sir Devasa, is it your screen which is shown on the system?
हाँ वो कुछ इशू हुआ है, लाता हूँ इसको.
No, it is Mr. Chaudhary. I think.
ऊपर.
चौधरी सर, जो
Yeah,
आपने मेल पे लिखा हुआ है ना, click here to join, you just have to click that and you will be on Zoom platform. I hope it's fine. You are able to log in.
more 5 participants at this moment who have joined. Out of 266 registered today. Let's wait for a few more minutes, and by the time our guest and chief guest will be also there.
Deva sir, good morning.
Hi Karan, how are you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
All
Morning,
well.
everyone. Morning.
Good morning.
So increase is there every, now we are above 65.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying na 11 is the time. So people will start logging.
Good morning, Mr. Karan. Good morning, Mr. Sachdeva. This is Gaurav.
Sir,
Hi, good
morning,
morning.
sir. Morning.
Hope everyone is good.
All good, sir. All good.
In next 2-3 minutes, CEO sir will join us, and then we'll start the session.
Done. Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I request everyone to kindly mute your systems so that whenever we will have question answer, then we will get you involved and request you to switch on your unmute, and then Mr. Abrol is there, who is from approved vendors. Yeah, welcome, sir. And Mr. Jain from
Railtech.
Yeah, Realtek. Hi, Mr. Kunal Raj Jain is there as a registered connected.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, welcome, Jain Saab.
Thank you. And morning to everyone.
Morning, ji. Morning.
Morning, sir. From MSL. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm Ravjeet from MSL.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
MSL.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
I am Narendra Dubey from Case Studios, Jalandhar.
Welcome, ji. Welcome. Ramneet ma'am, is Mr. Suresh Kumar Jain joining from Railtech?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's already there.
He has already joined.
He's already joined. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, our speakers are already logged in.
Okay. And Mr. Vinder Gupta?
Yeah, he's also
Yeah,
here.
his office has already,
He'll be
Okay.
joining in some time.
welcome, Gupta Saab, GM Saab from RCF Kapurthala and your team. Kindly unmute yourself, sir, first.
Hello.
Yes, now you are unmuted, sir. Gupta sir, welcome to this event today.
Thank you so much, and good morning to all of you.
Good morning. Welcome, Mr. Gupta.
I am Ravindra Gupta, General Manager, RCF Coach Factory, Kapurthala.
Very right, sir. So we are about to have with us Mr. Rajat Agarwal has joined. Good morning, sir. Welcome to you.
Good morning, Sachdeva ji. Good morning, Gupta sir. Good morning to all of you. A pleasure to be here today.
Good morning, Rajat sir. Good morning.
Thank you so much.
So
good morning, Karan. How are you?
Fine, sir. Welcome,
sir. आवाज बहुत इको हो रही है. रमनीत मैम, वो आवाज बहुत इको हो रही है.
नहीं sir, we are okay here. There's no issue.
Yeah, sir. It's absolutely fine.
So before I start and welcome our honorable guest today, may I request everyone to kindly mute yourself? Yeah. PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry has organized this event, which is a very important event for Punjab. This is vendor development opportunities for Rail Coach Factory, Kapurthala, and it has been organized with the help and with the jointly with the Invest Punjab, where Mr. Rajat Agarwal is himself present in today's program. We have requested few days ago to Mr. Ravinder Gupta ji to have such kind of program so that our vendors who cannot now access global market or national market at this moment can more access of RCF and start their businesses. Like Mr. Gupta has recently very liberalized the vendor development and new registrations, and which he will tell himself everything. But this is the time when Punjab industry can really get the benefit of it. So with this, first of all, I have with Mr. Karan Gilotra, my chairman of PhD Chamber Punjab. He will welcome formally for the guests, and then we will request the chief guest and the guests of today's event to give their views. Karan.
Thank you, Sudheva sir. Firstly, on behalf of the PhD Chamber Punjab State, I would like to welcome all the participants and our honorable guest, Mr. Rajat Agarwal and Mr. Ravinder Gupta. It is a great honor for us to have you both over, sirs. Sirs, today's program is very important as we all are going through these difficult times, and we are trying to get every opportunity for our industrialist friends from Punjab, which we can probably all jointly together can come forward for the economy, for the state. So again, in this regard, I would like to welcome all the participants who have taken out time and who are here to listen to both of you. Rajat sir, I would like to bring to your knowledge, the other day, we had a session with Mr. Bagla, the CEO Invest India. And it was such a proud moment that he really applauded Invest Punjab and on the platform, and ranked that Punjab currently is amongst the top 3 states as far as the performance of their Invest platform is concerned. So I would like to congratulate yourself and your entire team for this. And before I request Rajat sir to kindly do the context setting and give his presentation, I would like to thank my PhD team here in Chandigarh and in Delhi for putting up this program together. So over to you, Rajat sir, and welcome once again.
Thank you, Karan. Thank you, Sachdeva ji. Thank you, Gupta sir, for joining today. And my sincere thanks to all the people who have joined, the members from PhD Chambers of Commerce and other participants today. Thank you very much for finding time to interact with us today. I will not take much of a time because the way we had discussed with Karan and with Sachdeva ji was that we would like to hear more from the vendors. We would like to hear more from the industries who are participating in and manufacturing products related to the railway coach factories around the country. So I will not take too much of a time, and before I hand over to my colleague Gaurav for making the presentation today, I would just like to introduce Invest Punjab for those who are not aware about us. We are the Government of Punjab's investment promotion agency. It is not only the promotion that is supposed to be the mandate of this body, but we are the only example in the country wherein we also act as unified regulators. Now, what it means is that when we make a promotion of a particular incentive, say, or a particular promise we make to the investor regarding his clearances that we will grant him very fast, we should also honor it as a government. Now, most of the times what happens is that we have different departments who have the power to grant clearances, and the promotion agency has nothing to do with those departments. They have absolutely no control over them. So the promotion agencies make a lot of promises, but the different departments take their own sweet time to respond or not respond, probably to grant or to create all kinds of hurdles and so on and so forth. And the project gets delayed. In Punjab, we have been able to successfully neutralize this part. Rather, all the powers of different key departments, whether it is labor, whether it is pollution control board, whether it is power, whether it is Factories Act, you name it. But all of them actually are vested in the body of Invest Punjab by law. So when we make a promise, it is only us. The responsibility and the power to honor that promise is also with us. And we try to do that. Of course, there is always a continuous churning of what more we can do, of what improvement we can do. And we keep on reinventing ourselves. And we get very good feedback and support from organizations like PhD Chambers, the CII, the FICCI, and others. And we work very closely with them. So from my side, if I were to interact with the participants today, I just want to assure all the participants here that one, Punjab is an absolutely great place to work in. The kind of ecosystem that is here, the kind of culture, the kind of labor, the kind of power infrastructure which is here in Punjab is second to none. And secondly, me and my team will be available 24/7 for all the things that you may need in due course of time, for early grounding of your projects, and even after grounding of your projects in day-to-day operations. If there is anything that needs to be done, we are here. The entire team is here. We have a very good mix of government officials and private persons from top business schools, the IIMs and the ISBs and so on and so forth. And this team is a wonderful team, a very dynamic team. And we work on mails, and we are ready to engage with our investor at any point of time during the day and late evenings as per the comfort and availability of the investor. Secondly, we are not an agency which stops at the manufacturing level. So continuously, we try to explore more and more customers for products manufactured in Punjab. So we also act as a trade facilitator for the manufacturers of Punjab. And there have been very good experiences in food processing sector, for example, where even the international brands have not only come in contract manufacturing in Punjab, but have also been sourcing their products directly to different parts of the globe. So again, this is something which is a value add which we are trying to provide over a period of time. And we saw that railways is one sector which has a very strong presence. Railways के साथ में जितने भी important co-sectors हैं, चाहे वो steel में हो, चाहे iron में हो, चाहे steel alloys में हो, light engineering हो, technical textiles हो, ये सारी चीजों में पंजाब में ecosystem बहुत अच्छा बना हुआ है. Why we should not use it even more? Why we should not actively work with all the different potential investors of this sector and to bring it, make it more meaningful. As of now, probably RCF Kapurthala is sourcing almost 1/3 of their total procurement from Punjab. Our goal is to take it to 70% in next 3 years. So with this zeal, with this background, we are wanting to work with all the current industries of Punjab, as also the new investors, which we would like to make Punjab a very strong ecosystem for railway components, railway coaches, all the state-of-the-art safety and security components and measures, maybe a joint venture with foreign companies, because we have very great innate capacities and capabilities in Punjab. Our engineering is very good. It is very well respected. We can't divulge many things, but there have been key times where very important defense components were required to be made by the Indian firms, and straight away the industry of Punjab played a great role. In very less time and in very competitive cost, they were able to manufacture very important components for the security of the country in a very short span of time. So we are very confident of our capabilities if we manufacture alloy steel, which is being in the value chain of Tesla, 1 ppm error margin. If we are manufacturing vibration, anti-vibration equipments, which are being supplied to Mercedes, to Ford, and so on and so forth. And if we are manufacturing components which are being used in the space technology, so there is no reason why we cannot make more addition to the bouquet of components for railways. And we would like to work with each and everybody to welcome you all in the state of Punjab. Now, I would request Gaurav to kindly make a quick presentation and just introduce Punjab by virtue of some facts and figures. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can see the slides.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. On behalf of Invest Punjab, Government of Punjab, I welcome all the suppliers and vendors of Rail Coach Factory Kapurthala. I'll start my presentation with an overview of India, as you are more aware of Indian scenario. In India, about 1 lakh crore worth of orders railway give to the vendors and their suppliers every year. And if we will see the location of Punjab, as most of you are aware that we are situated in the North India, but we are actually surrounded with the other clusters of similar manufacturing units which are located in the nearby regions. So in Punjab, we have two big facilities of railways, one at Kapurthala and the other one is at Patiala. As you all know, it's a small state. We are just 1.5% of India's total landmass. But if we will talk about the contribution of the state in the GDP, Punjab state is contributing close to 3% in the country's total GDP. Punjab has a very strong ecosystem for the engineering items in the state. If we talk about an MSME, we are actually having more than 2 lakh MSME units in the state. So MSME is actually a backbone of the state. And the distribution, if you will see, Ludhiana is one area which is actually full with the MSMEs of around 25,000. In terms of the composition of these MSMEs engaged into different sectors, we have observed that most of these units are engaged into auto components, light engineering, precision components, as well as the secondary steel related activities. It is not just limited to the number of units. We have a very good homogeneous clusters across the state. So it is not just one area, but across the state, if you will see, and to create a link between all these clusters, it is good to see that these all clusters are located on AKIC, Amritsar Kolkata Industrial Corridor, that is GT Road 1. We have different kind of industries located in Kapurthala because Rail Coach Factory is there. Foundry, fasteners, electric goods, Jalandhar, leather products, auto components, Hucharpur, paints and varnish, Ludhiana, auto components, hand tools, machine tools, Fatehgarh Sahib for the steel and truck chases, other. So these all are the components which are actually required in the making of any coaches of railway. There is another point is that very recently a new investment we have observed in the Ludhiana, which is making it a second largest forging and machining unit. So Happy Forging is making an investment there. So after that, they will become the second largest forging and machining unit in the country. In terms of the robust value chain in the state of Punjab, I am very happy to mention this fact that Rail Coach Factory Kapurthala is sourcing almost 1/3 of their annual assembly parts from Punjab itself. So this something shows that the engineering strength of the state is up to the quality of what Railways is looking for. But it is not limited to that extent. There are more than 200 vendors and suppliers who are contributing in the daily manufacturing of coaches at Kapurthala. If we see the linkage within the state of Punjab, it is again homogeneously situated. So the units which are contributing to these rail coach factory are situated in Kapurthala, Hoshiarpur, Ludhiana, Jalandhar, Amritsar, Patiala, and even in Mohali as well. So there is an existing large network of local vendors, but we believe that in this times of changing businesses, I think logistic cost is one which needs an improvement. And the second thing is maintaining lean inventory. So that's again a major cost to the manufacturing. By coming closer to the mother plant, these two costs will be taken care. Moving forward to the factors of production in the state of Punjab, we have identified that these are the 4 critical factors of production which contributes in the efficient and effective manufacturing of any of manufacturing. So in terms of power, we are providing power at ₹5, which is a variable tariff, which is the most competitive tariff in this region. And this tariff will remain till 2020 for all manufacturing units in the state of Punjab. Apart from that, since we are a power surplus state, we are also ensuring the quality of power till the last mile. So the transmission losses in the state of Punjab is observed close to 14%, which is way lower than the national average, which is around 23 to 24%. In terms of labor, we have a most peaceful labor relations in the state of Punjab, not witnessed any strike or lockout. The most important thing is there is a flexibility in hiring and no domicile restriction as it is there in many of the states of country. And beyond that, it's 24/7 shift is allowed across the genders. In terms of logistics, because being in Punjab, you can supply to Pan India. Punjab has been ranked second in ease of logistic report released by the Government of India in 2018 also, in 2019 also. These are the factors by which Government of India has ranked Punjab second. You can see on the slide. In terms of rail density, we are the second, and in terms of the airport air connectivity, we have 2 international airports and 4 domestic airports. And in terms of the road connectivity, we have India's best road network in the state. In current time, digital infrastructure, data is a fuel. So in terms of tele-density, we are ranked second. We are amongst the top 5 states in optical fiber net connectivity. And there is a 4G connectivity across the state. So that enables the new age technologies like IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and others, so on and so forth. In terms of an attractive incentive, state has a very attractive incentive policy for the industry. In our policy, we have incentives for the MSME units, for the large units, and there is a special category called anchor unit. So with the minimum investment of up to 200 crore and above, or minimum direct employment of or above, an investor will become an anchor unit. And for the anchor unit, there are incentives like net GST reimbursement. Now, this is a unique kind of an incentive that state of Punjab is offering. GST reimbursement means that you will get on interstate and intrastate sales both, which no other state is giving as on date. And there is an employment subsidy on every employed, direct employee, every year for 5 years. So this is 48,000. And of course, there are other important incentives like 100% exemption from external development charges, electricity duty, stamp duty exemptions. In terms of ease of doing business, as CEO sir mentioned that we have a very unique model in the country. It is one of its kind because of its unified regulator character. This office provides investment promotion, investment facilitation, regulatory clearances, and fiscal incentives. So in real sense, this is a one-stop office for all investors. This is the latest demand raised by the vendors of the railway to the government.
आपको प्रूफ होना चाहिए ना कोई ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस।
May I request audiences to please mute? Yeah, thank you. So we already have this system in place, one of its kind in country since 2013, and there would be a dedicated relationship manager concept. So from the exploration stage to the setting up of your unit and even aftercare, that all journey you will be handled by this office with you. Very recently, Punjab has announced a to please request audiences to
Excuse me, please mute yourself. Mute yourself.
I request everyone to kindly mute yourself. Please carry on, sir. Gaurav.
Okay. Recently, Government of Punjab has announced this Punjab Right to Business Act 2020, under which all the MSME units will be given in principle approval while filing their self-certification, and for 3 years, no inspection will be conducted, and the investor can actually focus on the setting up of process without seeing any burden on regulatory part. Since you have seen the factors of production, ease of doing business, and many other advantages, now we have land also available for you. There are government land available across the state. We have industrial focal points in different locations. So we have identified few for you. There is a readily available plots in these focal points. We have land available in Ludhiana, High-Tech Valley. We have available land in Nabha, which is close to Patiala. Kapurthala itself, very close to the rail coach factory, Goindwal Saab, and Modern Industrial Park in Ludhiana, which is an upcoming park in Tehsil Kumtala. These all parks are well connected with the highways and roads. It has a proximity with the railway also for the logistic purpose. And in terms of distance from Delhi Railway headquarters, you will see the average distance is around 300 kilometers. With this particular land options, I would request all of you to please send us if you have any query or any interest of expression of interest. Our email ID would be in the chat box, or you can collect that from the organizers. And we welcome all of you in the state of Punjab. Thank you so much.
Anything else, Rajat sir, or it's over?
So yes, this is all from our side for the time being, and we would like to hear from the industry more, and would like to respond at this time. Thank you.
Thank you much, Rajat sir and Mr. Gaurav and team Invest Punjab. It's always a very informative information you always share, and today's homework for the especially focus on railways working with in Punjab. It is a very informative and will help us, all of us. Moving further, now I would request Mr. Ravinder Gupta ji and his team. Mr. Ravinder Gupta, General Manager, Rail Coach Factory, Kapurthala. He has joined RCF Kapurthala in September 2019, and he has 25-year experience in railway, and he's very well learned with mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and more of electronic and telecommunication, cyber law, and he affairs. That doing cap of in his feeder, and we have with him Mr. R.K. Mangla, who is CME Railways Kapurthala RCF, and CMM Mr. L.S. Chaudhary, Mr. Lakhpat Singh Chaudhary. With this, sir, I would request Rail Coach Factory team headed by Mr. Ravinder Gupta ji to kindly take over now. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Sachdeva ji, for holding this session and inviting us here. Karan ji, Mr. Rajat Agrawal, all ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all of you. It's a great opportunity for us industries to get together under this forum provided by PhD Chamber of Commerce. First of all, I must tell you that Punjab by name is currency. There's not much which needs to be done to sell this currency. It's selling everywhere. People are known to work hard. People are known to be innovative. Industries of this area, they have a stamp of quality about them. In fact, in railways, RCF Coach Factory has the best quality coaches manufactured. So, ladies and gentlemen, quality is one aspect where India has to focus at this moment. As we look for making our product international, as we look for seeking markets outside country's boundary, there's a spread of economic activities which will be different from what it was 4 months, 5 months back. Now things will be changing. This growth forward lies entirely not on quantity, but on quality. We'll be going to new markets where we'll be competing against many competitors who are far ahead of us in terms of quality, like Europe. China is there. Sorry, can you, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for rail industry and the associated industry, the way is to go international. Our coaches, they provide an opportunity, a method of traveling, taking our products, not just traveling of public, but taking our products and industry to other offshore markets. Railways every year deals with international business in railways, coaches, supply of coaches, locomotives, doing track projects, doing training projects. All sorts of railway related projects are handled by railways in several countries. The more than 42 countries where our presence is there as industrial experts and industrial project doers. We have with us IRCON, RITES, Concor, Konkan Railway, and several other industries, big and small, which form a part of railways overall gamut of PUs and PSUs. In Punjab, RCF Kapurthala is lucky to be here because we have now created, and that ecosystem which we have created is now supporting us. We have a presentation which my colleague LS Chaudhary will give, but I want to make some small points. First, you will be all very happy to know that during this COVID times, RCF Kapurthala was the first major industry in the country to open fully. Against all odds, so that is the capital which the state comes with. Dedicated, committed, technically, absolutely, perfectly trained people who can carry through any environment. And after opening on 23rd of April, on date, we are operating at the rate of 6 coaches a day, which is higher than what average we maintained throughout last year. And we are nearly at the level of the peak, which was there during month of March. And this is going to continue. Our production is increasing, as my colleague will bring out. We want that the industry around should grow with us. Our growth will be incomplete if we cannot grow along with the industrial area around us. The logistics costs, our own efforts in developing quality. Coach making is an intricate exercise. We keep on developing new vendors, and we keep on interacting with them to develop the required level of quality. I must say that RCF is taking a number of proactive steps, by which purpose is threefold. Number one, to become transparent. We are on to our way where everything you do with us will be online. At the moment you drop your tenders online, they get evaluated online, the purchase orders are given to you online. We are entering in a regime where delivery of goods and the process that follows it will also be shifted completely online. Systems are already made, they are being tested with some of our suppliers. They will be universalized in a short period. Then payments, that matters most. That brings us to one very interesting statistics. During the month of April, ladies and gentlemen, we released bills worth almost 280 crores to the industry. And when we finished at the end of April, we had barely 3 crores of outstandings. I can tell you this is lowest anybody can expect anywhere in industry of this size. We had practically wiped out all our outstanding. This was in deep understanding of the distress which the industry was facing. We have tried to clear all their bills, and I'm not hearing from anyone of anything getting stuck. This progress is measured online. But we have a ERP working with us for last several years. It is growing stronger every year. So we know all that is going on. So ladies and gentlemen, we are there to support you in every possible way. We have also started a prototyping cell, single point, where instead of people bringing their prototypes to us, we are trying to introduce the practice of us going and helping. We are not interested in the failures generated by industry in terms of prototypes. If somebody has taken an order and is building prototypes, we want them to succeed in least possible time so that they become our valued suppliers. Now, during COVID times, things changed a bit. We are grateful that industry has supported us and helped us in again regaining our pace. But few thoughts have generated in this process. We feel that there is a need for looking at the labor pool of this state, especially around major industrial conglomerates. The domicile or where this labor is coming from. We are training every year large number of people as apprentices. These apprentices, some of them are coming back to us from various channels, but they are largely going to the industry. So I feel that there's a need to have a relook at the labor pool, which is in-house and available here within the state. Number two, industrial areas development has now, I believe, to take into account the residential requirements for the labor. So we need to create accommodation, rentable accommodation in the industrial conglomerates as a part of either by the industry themselves or by the state industry promotion. This has to be created. There has to be a level of security. There has to be a level of stability for this labor. We're losing this trained labor now and then will be very, very detrimental for the growth. The trajectory will be broken. Now, another thing which I found which can really add value is building a network of testing laboratories. We should, depending on what industries we are serving, we should create a common laboratory facilities. They'll bring down the infrastructure requirement of dealing with the customers like railways, and also provide us a reference point in the state for establishing a quality industry. Then we have a requirement of special capabilities, special machines, foundries, forging, which are there with industry specifics. Many years back, I found there was a model which Maharashtra government tried to create in Aurangabad. In that model, they had created a number of specialized machining and industrial process pooling, where industries of different specialized types, they gathered in an industrial area, and others were using these facilities as a common pooled facility. I thought that did very well as a model, and this was oriented at the automobile sector of Aurangabad. I'm not sure, for last some time, I'm not in touch how that sector is working, but I think that's a good model and good idea of reducing the overall capital requirement for setting up an industrial park. Instead of orienting each at a product, creating a common backbone and developing people who use that backbone to supply service industry. So I hope, gentlemen, as we are growing from almost 2,800 to now 4,000 crores, and a significant portion will form purchases, what we are getting from the market. Our industry around will increase its share from that 750 odd crores to half of it, or maybe going beyond 2,000 crores. So my best wishes with the industries. And now I'll request my colleague, Mr. L.S. Chaudhary, to bring this small presentation before you, to acquaint with you what we expect of you and what we are doing and the kind of growth we intend to bring. Thank you. I hope we are audible there.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible. Yes, Mr. Chaudhary.
Thank you, sir. Almost every variant of passenger coaches the Indian Railway is having has been manufactured.
Sir, little louder, please. Little louder. Sir, we are not able to hear you.
Unmute.
Am I audible?
Yeah, now you are.
Good morning, everybody. Almost every variant of passenger coaches Indian Railways is having has been designed and manufactured by Rail Coach Factory, be it indigenous LHB coaches, Tejas, Humsafar, Antyodaya, AC double decker, MEMU, parcel van, or power car. Apart from meeting the requirement of passenger coaches of Indian Railways, RCF has also exported coaches to various countries like Bangladesh, Senegal and Mali, Myanmar and Benin. We have so far exported around 255 coaches, including BG and MG coaches. At RCF, we have very robust quality systems in place, and we have got certification like International Rail Industries Standard IRIS certification by DNV Germany in the bronze category. We have ISO 9001, 14001, Greenco, 5S, almost every quality systems certification we have.
चौधरी साहब, आपकी आवाज कम हो जाती है एकदम आपकी.
ठीक है.
Please keep your face near to the microphone.
At Invest Punjab, we can hear it clearly.
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, very much.
So with these quality systems in place, RCF has the capability to manufacture world-class coaches. As GM sir has already brought out, our production is growing, and during the current year, we have a target of 1937 coaches, which is significantly higher than last year's actual production of 1342 coaches. And with the growing production, our procurement volume is also bound to go rise in the years to come, including current year. In the year 2019-20, out of our total procurement of 2,263 crores, we sourced 562 crores worth material from local industry. And we hope that in the current year, out of 3,000 at least, we will be able to procure 1,000 crores worth material from local Punjab industry. The district, this is a district-wise breakup of our procurement from the industries in Punjab. Kapurthala, of course, leading with 245 crores, followed by Jalandhar, Mohali. These are the broad categories of items we are sourcing from the industry. Like heavy fabrication items, they are essentially the shell sub-assemblies like end wall, side wall, roof, underframe, frame, bogie bolster, front part, etc. Then we have some major machined items like bogie frame, bogie bolster, front part, control arm. Then we procure a lot of furnishing items like floorboards, PVC flooring, seats and berths, FRP panelings, honeycomb partition frames, fans and lights, electrical control equipments, paints and fleet graphics, modular toilets, vestibules, etc. In addition to these, we buy specialized engineering products and systems installed in passenger coaches, that is brake systems, suspension systems, fire and smoke detection and suppression system, air conditioning systems, propulsion systems for MEMU. Now on also we have one tender for procurement of electrics for 3-phase MEMU worth around 700 crores. Then passenger announcement and passenger information system. All our procurements are through electronic mode. The items which are available on GEM, that is Government e-Marketplace, are essentially procured through GEM, and other items which are not available on the GEM, they are procured through e-tendering over Indian Railway e-procurement system, that is IREPS. Then the question comes how to do business with RCF, particularly the vendors who have not dealt with RCF so far. So most of the purchases over 25 lakhs are made through advertised tenders, open tenders. Anybody found eligible can participate. Anybody can participate, and if they are found eligible, they are awarded the contract. So new for all items, new or unapproved vendors having capacity and capability are eligible for 20% quantity. Bulk order is placed only on the firms who have the past credential for supply of those items. Then certain critical items are procured from RCF, ICF and MCF approved vendors. Vendors are approved for a particular item, and even for these items 20% quantity can be ordered on new or unapproved vendors who have the required capacity capability. Then there are certain safety related items which affect the safety of train operations. They are procured only from RDSO approved vendors. So for supply of these items, vendors can approach RDSO for their approval. Initially they are approved as a developmental vendor and then upgraded to approved vendors. Then comes what are our expectations from the industry. Primarily we need three things, that's quality, delivery and rates. As we know that quality of our coach manufactured by RCF is a sum of the quality of components supplied by the vendors. It cannot be better than that. Then the delivery, for any production unit, delivery is very important because it affects our production. Then finally the rates, it has to be competitive. Then these are the vendor support mechanisms we have put in place. One is prototyping cell, as GM sir has already mentioned. For developing a new item, a new vendor needs a lot of hand holding. So we have a dedicated prototyping cell wherein we provide all the guidance and we go to the vendor's place to approve the prototype. Then second is payments. Almost 95% payment is generally made within a weeks' time, and balance after acceptance of the material. For reliable vendors who have supplied quality products to us, we are allowing acceptance on the basis of self-inspection by the vendor in the form of WTC, work test certificates. This is based on the mutual trust and the performance of any particular vendor. Otherwise, generally we go for the third-party inspection at the vendor's premises. Then next is online bill submission. Tendering, payment, everything is on electronic mode, but bill submission so far is offline, and this online system is shortly being introduced. Then there are certain benefits we are extending to MSMEs, particularly exemption from payment of EMD, and next is purchase preference of 15% over non-MSEs for 25% quantity. If lowest offer is found from a non-MSE firm, then MSEs whose offers are within 15% of the L1 acceptable are offered 25% quantity at the rate of non-MSE. Then these are few items I'll show about where we have a limited vendor base. One is this Excel end cover. Next is brake support. There are many such items. So I will rush through these items. Next is pad for secondary suspension. And further, for any queries, you can always contact us at RCF, be it regarding participation in the tenders, drawings and specifications, any procedural requirement, registration, approval, you can always contact us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Now, anyone else will be speaking after Mr. Chaudhary from the RCF side, or should I continue with the next program? Sir, kindly.
We have done within our time limit, so we are good.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you. Moving further, sir. Now we have two key speakers who are vendors, major suppliers of Rail Coach Factory Kapurthala. Out of these two, I would like to first call Mr. Suresh Kumar Jain, Managing Director, Railtech Group. They are veteran in the railway industry and had been associated with the Indian Railways since the inception of Messrs. Railtech in the year 1990. Railtech is successfully manufactured its first complete body shell of DETC coaches in the year 2019 and is underway in developing the entire engine shell for WPA7 locomotives in this year. So I personally also know Mr. Jain and now would request Mr. Jain to kindly share his experience as a major vendor of RCF.
Good morning, everyone. This is Kunal Jain from Railtech. Unfortunately, Mr. Suresh Jain could not join in today. So I'd be going briefly over what we do and how exactly are we associated with Railtech. First of all, I'd like to congratulate and I'd like to offer my greetings to the Invest Punjab team. Secondly, Mr. Ravindra Gupta, GM RCF, greetings, sir, and to the entire RCF team. Railtech was established in the year 1990 as an auxiliary unit to RCF. So we started off with smaller components wherein we were fabricating aluminium windows, and through these years we've remained associated with railways, and we yet again remain 100% auxiliary to the Indian Railways throughout this journey. We have 4 units in Kapurthala, Punjab, and we have 1 unit in Himachal, and our product portfolio is of about 400 different components for the railways. It ranges from body shell components, integral body shell components. When I talk about body shell components, it includes the entire undercarriage, the entire underframe, as well as bogie frames. We manufacture the entire sidewalls, roofs for LHB coaches as well as for ME, MU coaches. We also fabricate a lot of furnishing items along with electrical components as well. Railtech over the years has remained 100% dedicated to Indian Railways, and we proudly say that 100% of our top line is completely with Indian Railways, and it remains that way since inception in the year 1990. Railways with railways. Our first, I would say, in the past few years, one of our biggest achievements has been that we have successfully delivered our first complete body shell coach, DETC coach, in the year 2019, and we are underway in developing the entire electrical engine shell for WAP7 as well as WAG9 locomotives. At present, we have a total strength of about on rolls. We have about 650 individuals on rolls with a gender ratio divide of about 4:1. But we are gradually looking to year on year. We'll gradually looking to better that gender divide. And within that gender divide, obviously there have been 70% of our workforce on roll is completely domestic workforce, which by domestic I mean to say within the state of Punjab. The balance 30% we rely on interstate individuals as well. So we've seen this entire journey. We've been associated with RCS since this entire journey since 1990. We've seen RCF transforming from conventional coaches into LHP coaches, and so RCF has been the front line in terms of getting LHP coaches, indigenizing the entire technology and sort of bringing it out to the industry as well, and sort of handheld the industry as well to develop along with RCF. Hence, this is a little brief that I could give on the entire Railtech group. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kunal. Our next speaker is also the major vendor of RCF, that is Abrol Engineering Company Private Limited. And Mr. Vivek Abrol, director of the company, will give his experience and share his, what all they are doing. But I would like to briefly introduce that they are founded in 1958 and based in Ludhiana. They have manufacturing of electrical switchgears, and from 20 years they are dedicatedly working for RCF and other railway industries. They are in electrical items and have many products which they are supplying. Over to Mr. Vivek Abrol.
Thank you, Sir Sachdeva ji. Good morning to all of you. Good morning to Ravinder Gupta ji, GM RCF, and Rajat ji of Invest Punjab. Thanks for the opportunity. I just would like to introduce our company. My father started this company in 1958 with electrical switchgear, etc. And we've slowly diversified, from the year 2000 roughly. We started diversifying into the railways, and now for the last almost 20 years, we are totally dedicated for the railway equipments, mostly in electrical items. And we started with RCF, but we are also a vendor to ICF and MCF, that is Modern Coal Factory, Raebareli, and lots of zonal railways. it's been an interesting journey from starting with very small items, and then slowly we progressed to bigger things and larger quantities. Production also of RCF and other railway units has constantly been growing, and with that we have also been growing reasonably well, and in spite of challenges along the way and all, but just to you know give a sense of the business to new vendors, I think it's a, if you are committed and dedicated and always looking to improve upon the processes and face the challenges, and this is it's a good business to be in, because railways is the backbone of this country, and keeps the rails wheels rolling. Being a vendor for items to railways is always interesting. We along this way we have also been just got associated with Invest Punjab also, because for railway, part of the railway items only, we are doing some backward integration, and we've tied up with Invest Punjab through the single window system, and we are adding a unit here in Kapurthala itself. And the processes as was introduced initially by Rajat ji, that through the single window with lots of almost 20-25 departments, getting the clearances through Invest Punjab has made it much easier. Otherwise it's a big, very cumbersome process to really go to all the individual departments and seek approvals and all that. So in combination with Invest Punjab and as a vendor to the railways, it's a good way to grow and do a service to the country and to the railways. And it's encouraging. I would say it's a very encouraging way of progressing. If you can, if you are interested to set up some units or something to supply equipments to the railways. That's about it, I think. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brol. Moving further, I would like to ask a few questions which have been raised by the members and the participants. At present, also we have 100 participants all the time, and it's all the time the Zoom network is full. This questions are from Sarath Sarangi. They have a unit in BF Bangalore, B Forest Private Limited. The question is to railways. This is a common question otherwise, but they want to know that they are in manufacturers of heavy engineering activities like fabrication, machining, and assemblies, and they are looking to be vendor of RCF. Would you, sir, have your views on this? And the second question, I would like to take, sir, further second question after that, after your reply. Over to railways.
Yeah, Ravin Gupta here. Surely we have requirement of heavy engineering fabrications and machine products. In the presentation, if it's shared with industry, you would see some specific components have been mentioned. So if any of those components interests you, please contact us. We'll guide you further. Thank you.
Next question is from Alpha Engineering. They are Mohali based. So they are also looking to get some registration done, and they want that the drawings are not available and closed sometimes, and we have to chase, and there is no, they have mentioned that there was no transparency in the drawings. they are saying that whom to approach if we want to be vendor of RCF.
Okay. First thing that last 2-3 months there was a close down. So we had a lot of people who were applying for registrations. We had received some calls. After that, we changed our registration process and we introduced video verification of infrastructure. When we register an industry, there was a practice of verifying the critical infrastructure of industry by sending a person. We have now done away with it. We are doing faith-based verification, not by somebody going there, but by video call, and the industry can show us what infrastructure they have. It's a very faith-based step which we have taken. Number two, normally drawings are shared for a specific component which you want. These are given by RCF for a charge. So I will see if these are shareable to people who are interested in business without quoting for a tender. I'll check that. I'm not very clear what came in his way. But if he writes to RCF for a specific product, we'll provide all the information on mail.
Okay, sir. Sir, there are few press correspondents who have joined in this webinar. They are from PTI, Hindu, Tribune, and Business Standard. They have raised a question. One is that RCF has rolled out 2 post-COVID-19 coaches as of now. What is the timeline for the production of more such coaches? Also, where are the 2 coaches being used? The second question is, we have been told that the existing coaches will also be retrofitted. Any timeline for that? The third question is, what is the additional expense of putting in utilities with COVID-19 specifications per coach? These are the questions from the media and press.
Yeah, thank you very much for these nice questions. We have indeed turned out 2 post-COVID coaches, as we are calling them, because railway passenger business after COVID in these times has completely changed. There are new requirements which need to be met to make people feel safe while they are traveling. There's no doubt that people have to take care, but then the infrastructure around them, the travel medium, also has to be suitably designed. So we introduced these post-COVID coach features, which had basically 3 types of features. Wherever one has to touch forcibly, there's no way to out. There's no way out. You have to hold a handle or something. We copper coated it so that viruses don't last on it. Wherever we had to use a hand to operate some knob or something, we have provided foot control for operating tap and various things. Then we have provided disinfection of interiors by using nano coatings. Then we have provided plasma ion-based technology for disinfecting the air of air conditioning systems. So these first 2 coaches we turned out, they've been sent to Northwestern Railway. So they are on their way. They'll be deployed by the railway on some suitable train. We, as per practice, we send our coaches in a rake formation. So rake has already moved out. I hope it will reach Jaipur, the recipient railway, in maybe today, tomorrow, in a day or so. Then we'll know where they're using it. As for further program for producing more, this has gotten attention of the ministry because they are now mulling over the expense and how to introduce, when to introduce. As soon as they give us, we have told them within a month, we'll be able to switch to this type of coaches. Expense, other than 2 items, the titanium oxide coating, which costs about 2.5 lakh per coach. Every surface is to be covered. And the plasma ion